moving on to the music career. 30 years, 15 albums, loads of singles, loads of collaborations, features. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, you know what? I've had a really when I really look back, I feel that I've had a wonderful career in entertainment. It's been wonderful. Um, I don't yes, you know, I haven't as of this point, I have not made it to a level as maybe you would say like an A-lister or what would be considered an A-lister. That
But
definitely
that was
hasn't
never your
happened.
mission.
But that was not my mission. And I've always been a person that I love a lot of different things. I wanted to like things will pop up in my head, and I'm like, man, I want to learn how to do this. I want to learn how to do this. Oh, it'll be cool to, you know, be a filmmaker. It'll be cool to do this. And I just feel like I feel like life is an experience. And I just wanted to experience life because I understand one thing that life is so fragile and is so, you cannot predict what will happen from one moment to the next. And I was like, any of us, I don't care how kind you are to people, you could be the kindest, most loving person, or you could be the most evil and hateful person on the face of this earth. I think good and bad things happen to good and bad people. Why? Because we live in a world where it's just things happen. People lose jobs, people get sick, people get cancer, all sorts of things. So I kind of felt like I'm not special. Who, you know, I'm no different than anybody else. It doesn't matter how kind I am or whatever. So or if I'm not kind, it doesn't matter. It could anything can happen to me. Not being negative, but I understand the reality that life happens to everybody. And if something happens to me, if I'm that girl, if I wake up one day and say, "Oh, what's that? What's that not?" Or if I get that news, will I have regret? Every day you live, I tell people you live your bucket list. Everyone says, "Oh, one of these days on my bucket list." I said, "Do it now." Do it now because tomorrow's promised to no man. So I've always lived my life with that do it now kind of thing. If it's something I want to do, I'm going to do it. I want to ride in a helicopter. Go do it now. So I did it. And so I think I've done so many things where I didn't focus on specifically one thing. But do I regret it? No, because I experienced life and I'm happy. I've done a lot of things. So if I was to get that news tomorrow, I would be able to lay back in the bed and say, you had a good run. You had a good run. You experienced a lot of life and you were able to meet a lot of people in a lot of different industries, a lot of careers, and experience working with actors and going behind the camera, experience working with people in the film industry, or, you know, or the music industry, or you've been on this side, a musician, and then you sing and you've been with people and all sorts of things.
A minute ago, I mentioned 15 albums.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many artists get to do that? Even a lot of the
Yeah,
artists that have got record labels behind them and all that, they don't do that.
yeah,
A lot of them.
yeah,
But you've managed to do it.
yeah.
And the only thing that's carried you on isn't money, isn't any of that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. It's just the fact that you just want to do it,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And you
So,
can't do it. You can't do it when people say, "Well, how do you do all the things?" You can't do it talking on the phone all day. You can't do it always running and ripping and running, going in everywhere. You can't do it being on social media all day. You can't do that. You've got to make a choice in life.